Welcome back to a new video, you guys. And today I want to share with you a really cool strategy that's going to help you give that extra bump, that extra rate of return on a stock that you own that just isn't really moving that much. You bought it, you're thinking that it has so much potential, but now it's just kind of teetering along, not really earning you anything. So we're going to use this real basic strategy to give it that extra kick in the butt. I'm going to share my screen with you so we can take a look at how this strategy works. In this example, we're going to take a look at Centene Corporation. The ticker here is CNC. So what you want to do is you want to find a stock that's in your portfolio and it really isn't moving that much. We can also use this strategy for two other purposes. Let's say you have identified a rate of return that you want to earn. And if the stock starts going up, you know that you want to sell at a specific price. We can use this strategy for that reason. And we can also use this strategy if you own the stock and you're okay buying more shares and it falls down to a price where you are okay buying more shares. So that would lower your cost basis. What you want to do is you want to identify stock in your portfolio that's kind of trading flat. And so here's what we do. You own 100 shares of stock or several hundred shares, but this has to be done in 100 share increments. In this example here, we bought the stock at $68.70 and we're going to sell a covered call up here. And in this example, we sold a call at $80 a share. And for that obligation, we're collecting $245 per contract or $2.45 per share. And one contract represents 100 shares, so we're collecting $245. And again, the stock is right here at $68.70. We're also going to sell a put down here at $55. And for that obligation, we're going to collect $177. Here we see the options change from Thinkorswim, and right here is the put that we sold, and here is the call that we sold. Total cost of this trade. We bought CNC for $68.70. So it's going to cost us $6,870. However, we collected two premiums. We sold a covered call and we sold a short put, and we're collecting $245 and $177 for those two transactions. So that lowers the cost basis from $68.70 down to $64.48. There's a couple different ways this trade can work out. So we're going to take a look at a best case scenario. We're going to take a look at a scenario where the stock just doesn't move, so it continues to trade flat. And we're also going to take a look at a scenario where the stock goes down even further. First off, let's take a look at a best case scenario. We got the stock at $68.70. We lowered our cost basis to $6,400. And in this situation right here, the stock actually starts going up and it closes above $80 a share. So we own 100 shares. We sold a covered call at 80. So now we have to sell those shares and the proceeds are $8,000. So our rate of return is 24%. We figured that out because we sold the stock at 80 and our cost basis, if you see, where was it? Right here, cost basis is $64.48. So that's going to give us a rate of return of 24%. And here's what's pretty cool. Let's say we didn't sell those options. We didn't sell the covered call. We didn't sell the put. You own the stock and the stock went from $68.70 up to $80 a share. The rate of return is just 16.4%. By doing this trade right here, it gave us a much nicer rate of return. Now the stock is continuing to trade flat. So the stock closes at or near $68.70 by expiration. So December comes and the stock still hasn't moved. The rate of return without selling these premiums, without selling the call or the put, is zero. You bought the stock at $68.70. It continues to trade flat. And at expiration, still $68.70. So your rate of return is zero. But because we sold these options, our rate of return is 6.54%. So I know what you're thinking, 6.5%, that's not that great. But here's where it gets kind of cool. Both options expired worthless. You didn't have to sell your shares at 80. You didn't have to buy more shares at 55. They expired worthless. December has come and gone. Now we can do this trade all over again and collect two more premiums. So if we average this out for the entire year, you're going to make more than a 10% rate of return on a stock that didn't move. So that's kind of cool. And then here is a worst case scenario, or is it a worst case scenario? If you're doing this on a stock that you know intimately, you know the risks, you know everything about the business, and you know the valuation. If you know the stock is a great company that's going to go up over the long term, and if you know the stock should be priced right here, and you're able to get more shares down here at a discount, that's probably a pretty good situation. Here's what would happen if the stock closes below 55. I want to buy more shares at a better margin of safety. So I'm assigned another 100 shares if by expiration the stock falls below 55. Now my cost of trade is the original 100 shares was $6,448, and that's including the 245 premiums that we collect from the call and 177 from the put. Now we have to buy an additional 100 shares, and that's going to cost us $5,500. So the total cost for 200 shares is $11,948, and then divide that by 200 shares. Our cost basis went from originally $68.70 down to $64 because we sold the call and the put, and now it's reduced even more to $59.74. So we're buying more shares of a great company, and our cost basis is even lower. So that's how we do the trade. In summary, we're going to do this on stocks that we already own, or we can also buy 100 shares and do the trade all at once, but it has to be done in 100 share increments. We're going to sell a call above the current price of the stock. We're going to sell a put below the current stock price. And what this will do, it will give you a best case scenario that you are okay with. It will boost the returns if the stock that you own is trading flat. And we can buy more shares at a better price if the stock does go down. Now, before you do this trade, I just want you to think of two things real quick. If you do this on a stock that you think still has a lot of upside potential, then don't do this, because your upside is limited to where that covered call strike price is. In this example, it was $80. So if the stock starts to move and it goes way above 80, you will miss out on that upside. And you're not going to want to do this in a stock that you think is going to get beat up, or a stock that you don't believe in, and a stock that you don't want to own more shares. Because the other risk is if that stock that you own starts coming down and it goes down below 55 in this example, you will have to buy more shares. Again, it's a great tool to have in your tool chest for that inevitable time where you buy a stock, it's trading flat, continues to trade flat. You could get rid of it and move it into something that's going to give you more upside potential, or you can also do this strategy right here and give yourself an extra rate of return. So it's a pretty simple trade. If you are new to options, this might seem a little complicated, but go back and watch this a few times, study up on some of the basics of options, the terms, the definitions, basic trades like selling covered calls, selling puts. And once you do this once or twice, it is very simple to do. If you have any questions at all with this trade, please comment below. I'd love to hear some feedback. I'd love to answer any questions that you do have, and I really want to help you learn this stuff. So let me know if you do have any questions. And if you want to book a call with me to talk about options and see how we might be able to help you, there is a link below this video to book a call with me. So that's it for today. Once again, I really appreciate you watching this video. Hope it made sense for you, and I hope this is something you can apply and start using right away, because at the right time, this could be a really good tool to have. So that's it. And one more thing, if you don't mind, just hit that subscribe button below, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. That's it for today, folks. Really appreciate it. And I will see you guys over in the next video. Thank you.